What's happening, people? And once again, welcome back to youtube.com/CubCamTV for this, another edition of CubReacts, as we jump into some of the releases we missed on Friday. It's been a very busy week for new releases, and I'm very excited to jump into this one as we get into the brand new sounds of Asher. This one, Ocean, it's an official video. Love what Asher's doing, obviously quite a legendary figure, and I'm very excited to jump into the sounds. As always, if you are new to the channel, though, please make sure you are hitting that subscribe button on the right-hand side of the page, turning notifications on, leaving a like, leaving a comment, all of that good stuff, and we're going to kick off your Monday in style. Do not forget to follow the TikTok, however, at KXVU. We're putting regular clips up on there, so don't be afraid to give it a follow. For now, though, we're going to jump right into the sounds of this one, Asher with Ocean, kickstarting your Monday in style. Let's go. Love the way this video is shot already. The color grading's wicked. Okay then. So right from the jump on the instrumental for this one, coming with a very stripped back sort of feel. Loving the kind of epicness of the way it's been put together. It has a very kind of intense feel about it. Those sort of plucked electric guitar chords kind of giving it the kind of the potency and the power to begin with. Really nice use of space and reverb and delay. The vocals sounding quite dry actually across the intro. Not being super affected or anything like that. Normally with vocals across intros in this sort of a tune, you'd expect them to be kind of either heavily reverberated or delayed or chorused, but it sounds very, very clean so far. Let's see where we go.
I know you're too cool for this. I know you're too big for this. Tell me where you wanna be. I know where you wanna be. Hope it's not too good for you. I hope
see what I mean about the vocal? It's not like reverberating. It's not heavily delayed. It's super clean.
Why wouldn't you just let me in? Maybe I move too fast before we go too far. Maybe we take it slow.
Wow. And that's why, because across that introduction, the sort of first couple of lines we heard from her, the vocal itself sounded very, very raw. Like it didn't sound like it'd been processed. Maybe a bit of compression on there, and a little bit of EQ. But in general, it didn't sound like it had much reverb, much delay, much chorusing, much filtration. In general, it sounded very kind of very raw, like very off the cuff. And I feel the kind of potency of this instrumental, which sounds very electronic but very, very delicate at the same time. It makes it more impactful. Like we are just getting pure vocal displays here. And then when we get into the next section that we just heard, we start to hear a little bit more vocal manipulation, the chorusing going on, the harmonics in there. Very, very clean start to this one.
Don't wanna make you sad, don't wanna make you mad. I'll never hit below. For you are the ocean. You are the ocean.
The use of space on this is amazing.
Boy, you are the ocean.
Just listening through on the production side of things, it's absolutely beautiful together. Yeah, before we get into the next phrase of the video, something I'm really liking about this, again, those chords that we're hearing, combined with what can only be described as almost like a sweeping pad that's just kind of pulsating away in the background. There's this kind of sort of sound going on in the background. That's giving the whole thing this sense of kind of energy. It's giving the whole tune a feeling of driving forward, and it sounds so well put together. I think Asher's vocal is carrying, obviously. That's the sort of vocal she has. She has this powerful, potent lead vocal that can just sit in the middle of a mix down in its raw format and carry things. And this sounds so refreshing. It sounds different. The video shot really nicely as well. Very much enjoying this one. Really simple tune as well, on an actual sort of compositional level.
I want you to know. For you should know.
And I think as well, Asher's clearly a very accomplished vocalist. Like she's a name that's been around for a long period of time. I only recently found out as much as what she has already done. Out to Palm Wine Pappy each and every time I was in on his stream, and he showed the stream a new one from Asher, which I was playing pretty much from the week after. Following on from that, I did a bit of digging, and she's such an accomplished vocalist, and you can understand why. Just the simplicity of this is what makes it so kind of striking. it's the fact that there isn't that much going on. You've got drums, you've got a bass line, you've got a kind of sweeping synth, and you've got those chords and her vocal. That's pretty much it. That's what the tune is being driven off, and yet it's more striking than if there were more things going on. Simplicity is the key to the impact of this one, I feel.
I want you to know. Ooh, boy, you got the soul and the flow. And I know that we don't live without. Need no definition, no. I just want you close to me now. You are the ocean.
Such a catchy hook
You
as
are
well.
the ocean.
Even the melodies are simple, but again, it's the texture and the timbre of her vocal which is giving this one its kind of sense of individuality. Like, it's such a simple tune. Even the video is essentially simple. It's her kind of walking around, a couple of different cut shots around the island. In general, it just is a simple but majestic piece of work, and I think majestic is the right word here. It's been so carefully and delicately laid together. But the impact is undeniable. And I think, again, this is such a cool thing to see from Asher, who is clearly on form, clearly putting out some fantastic work at the moment. And yeah, this is so enjoyable to listen through, I can't lie.
Ocean. Boy, you are the ocean.
I can't get over how raw the vocal is.
You are the ocean. I want you to know. For you should know. I want you to know.
Even there, like the kind of textures we're getting off her harmony in that section, they sound almost kind of chorus affected, but I think listening to it, that is literally just her vocal being sat on top of each other, so we're getting that kind of natural phase that you get when you kind of do your own harmonies. We've got these very nice kind of sweeping vocal lines in the background as well that are kind of giving it, again, an extra sense of depth and texture and kind of progression as the tune goes on. Obviously, they're sometimes there, they're sometimes not. They dip in and out, and they kind of allow the tune to drive forward. But it's so striking. It's almost startling how simple the actual arrangement is, and yet how potent the tune sounds. It's a testament to how good Asher is, to be honest with you.
Thought you should know. Nothing I would do for you. No way I want you to know. Nothing I would do for you. No way I would. For you should know. Nothing I would do for you. No way I want you to know. Nothing I would do for you. No way I would. Thought you should know. Me, I move too fast before we go too far. I want you to know.
Even this little breakdown here, man. Going into the kind of electronic sounding halftime breakdown here, such a cool thing to add, even though that kind of snare snap is literally just distorted crunch. It's such a cool way of kind of expanding on what is a very simple kind of true track idea, but just changing the rhythmic structure just to give it a different sense of direction. Again, all of the elements we've heard in this, we heard in like the first sort of minute and a half, but the fact that it's still interesting and striking and kind of it grabs your ears instantaneously. I don't know if that's because her vocal is so kind of delicately processed to the point where you can't even tell there's any electronic influence on it at all, or whether it's just the fact that the simplicity of the kind of harmonic structure with the chords, with the bass line, works so well. This is such a breath of fresh air, man. I'm very, very much enjoying it. I love this shot as well on the beach with the kind of chairs stacked on top of each other. I've tried that before. I always fall off.
You know when the floor. I want you to know. Thought you should know. You are the ocean.
What a cool video as well. Wow. Yeah, I've got to say, full marks for the video. Again, so well shot. I'm loving the kind of color grading, the use of movement. I feel the video is very simple. There's not that much going on, and the kind of rawness of the way everything's been shot. Like, there's a lot of still shots. There's that one shot where there's the three sort of couples all stood next to each other, and Asher's kind of like moving around between them, being the only person moving. There's a lot of shots of just Asher kind of sat on her own or stood on her own. And it sounds great. It works with the sort of theming of the tune, that idea of simplicity and kind of striking it's striking simplicity more than anything else. We'll let this finish off and then give our final breakdown, but this has been fantastic. JM Films on production. Fantastic stuff. And a cool way to close things out. There we go. Asher Ocean. Fantastic. A great way to start off our Monday morning reactions. This, for me, stunning in the way it's been put together. The simplicity of the vocal in its processing. The, again, simplicity of the harmonic structure, whether it be the chords, the bass line, the... Again, that's pretty much it. The drums just kind of do a very simple kind of tripleted pattern, eventually descending into a half time with the crunchy sort of snare sound in there. But in general, simple as it comes and as beautiful as it comes. It almost feels like a really nicely prepared simple meal. You know, it's elegant in the way that it is so simple. But fantastic stuff. I hope you guys did enjoy this tune as much as I did. And if you did enjoy this technical analysis and musical breakdown, please make sure you're getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right hand side of the page, turning notifications on, leaving a like, leaving a comment, all that good stuff. And we're going to crack on with a few more of these today. Hopefully you did enjoy, and we'll see you all next time. Peace.
Sounding so good right now. But they're sounding a bright and town.
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel right now, CubCamTV. Stay locked.